I'm not sure if this is working or not. Check, check. One, two. Okay, it's working. Let me track again. It's been a while. Okay, hello, hello. Welcome back to another coding not so everyday. I'm not sure if this is working or not. Okay, wait. One, two. Okay, it's working. It doesn't seem to be using the correct microphone. Let me check. Mic, aux, filter, not filter, properties. Check, check. One, two, check, check. One, two, check, check. One, two, check, check. Doesn't seem to be using the correct microphone. Let me check. Mic, aux, filter, not filter, properties.
Hello. Oh my god. How are you? How are you, man? Sorry. I was not doing well. It's been a while, to be honest, and I just haven't wait, yeah, let me check. Why is it not working? Sorry. Hello, hello. Is the voice okay? Okay, the chat is not working. I don't know why. Let me try again. Hi, how are you? It's been a while, and I haven't been streaming for I don't know how long. And yeah, but I am doing, I don't know. The last time I think it was like 3 months ago, and I was not. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but at the time I wasn't. Yeah, I just couldn't possibly stream for some reason, or I was doing it on TikTok, but then my laptop broke, and I have to get a new SSD and all stuff. Yeah, but hi, welcome back. I hope everyone have a great day. Okay, the thing is, I don't know. It's been a while, and I'm not really sure on what to stream or what. I don't know what happened. Like, I just lost the motivation to do the stream and everything, and yeah, but I hope everyone have a great day today. And yeah, I kind of lost the skill of doing whatever this is. I need to. So as the title suggests, I have been learning nuxt for work. For some reason, I couldn't really make any content, or I couldn't really stream any on YouTube. And for the past month, I just went on a break and wasn't able really to do anything. One second. How is it not okay? I forgot how this worked, but they definitely changed some stuff with the YouTube Studio, and yeah, I don't know how should I respond to this, but I hope everyone have a great day. As the title suggested, it's so yeah. I hope hi, hello for Tuna Amen, and for anybody else on the stream right now, welcome. As the title suggests, I'm learning Linux and moving to Fedora. So my Windows laptop, well, technically this is still my Windows laptop. It's just that the SSD died basically, and since the SSD prices are insane, and since the SSD prices are insane, I can only buy for now the 256 gigabyte one, and I end up installing Fedora because I want to try Linux, and has been okay so far. It's just that a lot of the things, so I've been enjoying it, although there is a lot of application that I couldn't use, like for like example like the TikTok Live Studio, or what do you call it, And I couldn't really see the chat here. I don't know why. But yeah, it's just that I've been trying Fedora, as you can see here. I hope I didn't really leaked anything, but it's been going okay so far. I've done a little bit of customization for like the terminal, installing some like GNOME extension, and just trying to understand the ecosystem better and using it. I think it's been 2 weeks, around 2 weeks. I was so frustrated because my Windows was just keep having like black screen and blue screen over and over again, and that really that just sucks. It's just like I cannot really do anything when yeah, it's like every single time I was like programming, or every single time I was working on something, it's just blue screen, and it keeps happening over and over again, to a point where I had enough and it's just not worth it anymore. So I pulled a trigger, bought an SSD, and installed Fedora Linux with the Fedora 44 workstation one with GNOME, and I like it so far. It's been very nice. The speediness, the boot time, the idle RAM usage. Yeah, I mean, like, when I think about it, the only thing that I haven't really tried was video editing, and I guess I just am fed up with Adobe anyways, so let's try DaVinci. So I think if I end up editing anything in the future, it will be using DaVinci. And okay, let's just cut to the chase. Let's just do this. So I bought a course for from Udemy about nuxt. I have made a little bit of the project, but it was a bit rushed, and I still wanted to understand. Hello City, hello. I still want to understand the framework better, on how it's structured, the best practices, and just overall how to make it like nice and better. So here we go. I'm already like done with the first two chapters. Now most of the first part is revolving around frontend, the app page, the app router. Sorry, not the app router, but like the app folder here. So yeah, I'm using Zed with Fedora, and I also installed new Vim. Hello Hermos, welcome. I hope everyone is doing okay. But okay, see, I've been enjoying this so far. Shift, okay, that doesn't work. I'm still figuring out some stuff, so that's why I've been trying to. Okay, so I have open code here. I've been experimenting with a lot of AI tools as well before like my old laptop break, and I think I have a session. No, sorry, not session. Resume. Okay, they deleted my session. Sorry, I was in the wrong folder. So let's go to CD. Let's go to open code, and I have a session. This is some of the key bindings. I haven't really changed or test the other part, but I've been enjoying and trying like different types of AI tools. I've been using Codex a lot. Trying like command code, the $1, 1.2, 1.3 plan, and now with open code. I tried the Go subscription. I already hit like 60%, even though I only been using it for 2 weeks. So I was doing it heavily and using like the GLM model. So it was quite interesting, I would say. But yeah, I ask OpenCode with Mimo because it's like one of the cheapest one. I asked to search like the home directory and see what are like the key bindings, because I don't know where. But yeah, so I think I should probably create some cheat sheet or something that could make me reminder, like as a reminder on where. Okay, I don't know why the chat isn't working. Okay, I'll try. Let's fix that later, I guess. But yeah, super shift home. Okay, let's try that. So let's do. Okay, 9. You know, it's okay. Well, never mind. Let's just continue.
And also, I'm going to be running it. So npm run and then dep. And I want to make sure that we are using Bootstrap. So I'm going to go to localhost 3000. We will get this.
I do feel like this is quite old in the sense that everything in web dev is old. This is like the latest that I could find from Udemy. I'm also reading like the docs and everything, but I don't know. I feel like
and it's broken because we are using Bootstrap.
I don't really have a view background. And it's just really jumping the gun and like seeing if it works, if not, or like doing like the correct prompts for the AI to help me not write as much as slop as possible. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm checking the connection and see if it's working. For the AI to help me not write as much as slop as possible. Okay, it's okay. Okay, it's working. Okay, I guess let's just do it.
Sure, I guess. I will go to inspect and go to the head and just double check that we have Bootstrap. And yeah, we have it right here. Bootstrap, then dist, and then CSS. Fine, so let's close this file. I will go to the app, and remember we need to set this up because we are not really using it. I'm going to go to the app, and we need the pages directory. So pages, I will go here and just set it up. I'm going to go down.
So just follow
they know as well, and done. So I want to install Bootstrap. So I'm going to go right here. And if you go to the web and find Bootstrap, you will get the installer right here. Right now, we are on version 5.3.8. I'm going to go here and just paste the installer. I'm going to run it. And once you install it, well, you need to set it up on the nuxt config.ts. So I will go here and just set it up. I'm going to go down, and I will say that we need to use from the CSS.
Did it install? Okay, let's install it. npm install Bootstrap. Although I think I have used Bootstrap before, but like, it's the wrong command. Sorry, it's the wrong command. I forgot to put the dot. Okay, cool.
I will need to use the location of Bootstrap, then / the dist directory, / then we go to CSS, and then it's the bootstrap.min.css. If I save it, that will work. And also, I'm going to be running it. So npm run and then dep. I want to make sure that we are.
Do you finish install Fedora? Yes. Running it right now. Oh my god, there is finally a chat working. Can you guys see below this? Okay, hopefully it works. I don't know why it takes a while. Hello. So, okay, let me check. Okay, that actually looks pretty nice. Let me move it a bit here. Yeah, we don't have it. Oh. Hello. Yes, as you can see, we're running Fedora right now. You know what? Let's do the typical. There we go. Shit, am I leaking something? It's okay, it doesn't matter. Finally. Yes. My old SSD broke, and I'm like so done with like Windows. So here we go. I'm still trying and figure things out. My man, still yes I am, and that's why I'm diving deep more into nuxt. Good for you, yes. Thank you. Good for the job or for like the move to Fedora.
Using Bootstrap. So I'm going to go to localhost 3000. We will get this, and it's broken because we are using Bootstrap, I guess. I will go to inspect and go to the head and just double check that we have Bootstrap. And yeah, we have it right here, Bootstrap, then dist, and then CSS. Fine, so let's close this file. I will go to the app, and remember we need to set this up because we are not really using it. I'm going to go to the app, and we need the pages directory. So pages inside the index.view, which is home, so index.view. And inside, I need to create a template. This one will be home. It will use just a simple H1,
Ooh,
just
nice.
saying
Yes,
home.
that's
There we
super
go.
Fedora.
If we want to use the pages,
Yeah, I mean, so far it's been okay. It's just that I couldn't have like TikTok live studio because I'd like to go live on TikTok as well because there seem to be more people there. But yeah, that's why I'm here too. Because I couldn't. Is it possible to run it through like an Windows emulator? Or do I have to run it through like a VM if I want to run like a Windows app? If I really, really need to? How is the yes? Oh, nice. Which version? And which like KDE? Oh, sorry. Which desktop environment? Wine is using Wine. Can I use it? Wine is not an emulator. We translate Windows API calls into POSIX calls on the fly, eliminating the performance and memory penalties. Okay, I'll look it up, I guess. Oh, it's very recent as well, last week. Better support for input pointers, FFmpeg organization. Okay, I wanna. That's Proton. Okay, Proton Linux. Ah, Proton is a compatible layer. Ah, okay, I see. Okay, is it this one? Where can I Proton Valve? Proton is a compatible layer with code weather that allows Windows software, video games. Will that work with? Okay, you know what? I think that's part of the experiment, no? I think let's test using Wine. Let's test using Proton, but I think I'm gonna do it at some other times this week. Let's continue with the course.
pages directory. We need to go to the app.view and delete all of this nonsense. And we need pages
Sorry,
and then dep. And I want to make sure that we are using Bootstrap. So I'm going to go to localhost 3000. We will get this, and it's broken because we are using Bootstrap.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Proton and Valve. Is it this one? Check out bottles. Okay, what is that? Oh, okay. Your favorite Windows software on Linux with just a few clicks. Okay. How can we? Okay. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Okay, I'll look it up. App Store. No TikTok. The thing is, is it mostly for gaming or like I can do other stuff because I don't see any other. Ooh, PlayStation. Okay, no, I don't play PlayStation. Which one is like? Okay, let's. Can I run TikTok Live Studio using Wine or Proton? Okay. While the application may launch via compatibility layer, it fails to capture microphone, webcam, or screen input, rendering it useless. Okay, Linux users should use OBS, which can be generated using tools like obtained via the TikTok mobile app. Okay, let's try all of this method. Okay, stream. Okay, Is there any issue? Oh, there's no issue? It's like closed? Streamlab TikTok access. You can request access here. Okay, I have access, but I do not have Streamlabs. Do I have to download the Streamlabs? Okay, you know, I'll figure that out later. Thank you so much. I want to stream on TikTok. I want to stream like both because I tried like the plugin. The plugin didn't work.
Bootstrap, I guess. I will go to inspect and go to the head and just double check that we have Bootstrap. And yeah, we have it right here. Bootstrap, then dist, and then CSS. Fine, so let's close this file. I will go to the app, and remember we need to set this up because we are not really using it. I'm going to go to the app, and we need the pages directory. So pages inside the index.view, which is home, so index.view. And inside I need to create a template. This one will be home. I will use just a simple h1, just saying home. There we go. If we want to use the pages directory, we need to go to the app.view and delete all of this nonsense and then say nuxt and then page and then close it. Fine. So, okay, so we should be getting something, and you know, we get home and bootstrap and everything else. So I'm gonna go back, and we also need a layout. So I will go to the app, and now we know that we can create the layouts directory. So layouts, and I will use the default layout. So new file and the default.view. Instead of writing the whole code, the whole markup, because just markup, I much prefer to give you the download of the code. It's just a very simple thing. Let me just copy and paste it. There we go. So we have a simple template. Then we have a header with a...
Oh, shit. Did he just copy the whole thing? I tried, but it didn't work. Like I tried using like an extension or like a plugin. It didn't work. I might have to use other types other than plugin, but I don't know.
Paste it. There we go. So.
Oh my god, did he just copy paste the whole thing? God damn. Okay. How am I supposed to? Okay, let's try to like dissect that. What is like the things that we want to?
We have a simple.
It's okay. We have a div with a class of container because we have the bootstrap and then pyx. I think it's pyx. We have a header. Alt L. Class and a class of dflex flex column flex md row. Okay, this is just to make it easier. OBS per vertical plugin. I don't know. I already tried it. Wait 1 second. Maybe I'll give it a try. Yeah, I'll give it a try. Even better. Vertical outputs. Add outputs. You know what? You're right. Maybe I haven't explored enough. Download the install Atom. Yeah. Okay. I think I have installed the Atom plugin, but okay. What's the next step after like installing the plugin? I think I have the plugin installed. Where to get TikTok stream key? Okay, you know what? I'll try to do it on some other day, but I think I should have it. I have 1K followers, but it was like I think up and down, you know, not always like stuck at 1K. But we'll try. Let me give it a try. If there is like a cast to PC, then I will cast to the PC. If that works, then thanks guys, because last time I checked I couldn't do it. Maybe I need to maybe I need to try it again, because last time I tried it didn't work. Okay, no worries. We will give it a try and see if that works. Cause one sec. But yeah, get your six. Okay, I'll give that a try. But for right now, I guess let's just keep it like this. Okay, let's do it. Okay. Let's proceed with this
template. Then we have a header with.
Oh boy. Okay, it's gonna be nice. Control Shift E, Control B. Flex MD row. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think I have like align items center. Okay, it does have PB dry MB via border bottom. I think it should work. Okay, and we have nuxt link. The thing that I really like is a lot of the auto import stuff. It can get confusing for like nuxt, but I actually don't mind it. Text decoration none. Sorry, that was span class fs4 home. You know, it's been a while since I manually coded stuff, so this is nice. mt2 mt md0 msmd. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, what's that? Sorry, YouTube. Link to that, and it's going to slash as well, which is class me. What is me? Margin. What's text dark? Text decoration none. Oh, okay. My keyboard does not work. Text decoration none. It's also home. What's the difference? Nuxt link to. Okay, it's a different one. /form/add class. Okay, he probably have like the code already, but okay, my minus keyboard is not working. I need to press it quite hard. Okay, it's actually the same. Okay, we're making an employee something. I don't know. He doesn't really tell.
A couple of links and.
Okay, and then below the header there is another div which is going to be filled with slot. Nice. Okay, cool.
Locations. It will complain, Nuxt, it will complain about the locations because we need to create the files, but we will take care of this in a minute. Now you can download or copy this file from GitHub, or you can go to the downloads of this section and get this file from there. If we want to use the layout, we need to go to the app.view and say that we want to use Nuxt and then layout. So Nuxt and then layout. and I will copy and then paste it. If I go to the app, and it is just breaking a little bit, we will fix it in a minute, but we should be getting something like this. Again, we will fix it when we create the locations. But we have a simple header with some links, and then home. And this is the main purpose of this course, showing you what you can do with a minimal layout. So we don't spend a lot of time creating all the markup and everything else, because that's just not the point. And then when we create a practice application, we will spend the time doing all the markup and the components and everything else. But I like to teach with minimal code, because it's just easier to understand. So what else do we need to do? Well, the application is just failing because we don't have the routes. Let's go to the app. I'm going to close this. And inside the pages, we need a few pages. So first, I'm going to create the employees. So employees. And this one will be an employee by ID. So we need a param type of page. We'll open and close the square brackets and say dot and say ID dot and then view. And on this one, again, just a template. Inside, I will do an H1. And I guess this one will be employee by and then ID. There we go. Let's just close the H1. We also have a form where we can add the employees and then edit the employees. So I will go to the pages and create a new location. This one will be called form, actually form, not forms.
Why is it not formatting? Okay. It wasn't formatting previously.
And inside, we need to create the add.view, so add.view.
So we have the employee. We have inside of the pages, right? We have another called form, and inside of the form, new file is add a view,
and I will just copy the same contents because we just need to do the same. And inside, let's say add employee, and then a different location called edit. So we will edit the employee. So edit dot and then view. I will copy the contents of add, paste it right here, and this one will be edit employee. I will kill the server just to clear any errors and then just run it again. If we go to the application now, it should look okay with no errors. If I go to add employee, we get the add employee. If I go to employee,
let's npm dev it and see if we destroyed that or not. There's no way there's like 18 people watching, right? This is like the total views of the people watching. Because okay, how can we check the live statistics? Live, because I definitely do not. Here we go. Feel live in control room. Because I definitely didn't. There's no way. There's like. I forgot to turn on the analytics. Wait, yeah. Let me move it here so it's like a different page. Okay, the dual streaming works somehow? I don't get it. Apparently it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna need to learn how to work in like the vertical thing, because it didn't work this time.
Employee by ID, and you need to check the routes just to make sure that it works. If I go to employee and then ID, we get the employee by ID. And then
okay, home at employee. And then I think we want to go to /employee /123. I really like the routing. I really like that it's very opinionated for nuxt.
We have the form and the edit. So I will go to form and then edit. So edit, and I guess I made a mistake. Let's do it again. We get the edit. Fine. So, it works. Now we have a minimal working environment to learn what Nuxt can do on the server side. Let's move on to the next one and talk about the Nuxt lifecycle. We discussed at the beginning how a standard view application works behind the scenes, but now it's time to go deeper. Just to refresh your mind, Vue works like this. When a user enters your application, the server will present the whole application with a tiny HTML and then lots of JavaScript. Now the browser will process the JavaScript and then boom, you have your application. If we need to update some information on our database, our application will make an HTTP request. The API will send a response back, and after a little while, we will get a JSON response or just a response. Then Vue will receive this new information and it will do something to our application. This is how Vue works, the single page application, the SPA. And it would be wonderful if the browser could receive that already rendered version of our application. That's what nuxt does. Right? When someone enters to our application, the www something, the server will send a response, but the response will be an HTML already pre-built. The server will take care of that first Vue render and do the work beforehand, not the browser. With Vue, with plain Vue, it's the browser. With Nuxt, it's the server. And all of this, it's very good for SEO and optimization because you're getting a static, pre-built version of your application. But sometimes just sending static HTML, it's not enough. What if your component needs to do something more dynamic, like clicking a button or maybe fetching some files or creating a new element and so on? Nuxt knows this, so along with the static, it will ship the JS code so you can keep the interaction with the user. And this process is called hydration. And I'm not making this up. All of this is on the documentation. On Vue.js, you have something called the lifecycles, which is the order in which the components get mounted. On Nuxt, we have the same, but it's just a little bit different. Because it'll ship the JS code so you can keep the interaction with the user. And this process is called hydration. Clicking a button or maybe fetching some files or creating a new element and so on. Nuxt knows this, so along with the static, it will ship the JS code so you can keep the interaction with the user. And this process is called hydration. And I'm not making this up. All of this is on the
we can create nodes here.
Documentation. Cool. On Vue.js, you have something called the lifecycles, which is the order in which the components get mounted. On Nuxt, we have the same, but it's just a little bit different because now there's a server involved. And also, Nuxt works very differently when it comes to the directories. As we saw on the previous videos, inside the app directory, you have a lot of different keywords that you can, or reserved keywords for directories that you cannot really use. So it's very different from plain Vue. But again, the difference mostly is because now we have a server side and we have a client side. When we do npm run dev, the whole process of Nuxt process will begin. First, it will initialize Nitro, which is the engine that makes the SSR possible. It's like the backbone of Nuxt. Then it will run the server middlewares, plugins, and start the Nuxt application. And all of this is just happening on the server. Then it will run the server middlewares, plugins, and start the Nuxt application. Now, this is important to know. As we have the plugins and middlewares on the app directory, we can create specific middlewares and plugins for the server only. So all of this...
Yeah, okay. That part is still quite new to me. I think in the plugin
steps are on the server, not on the client. At this point, we are not on the client. Then it will take care of the routes, right? Yes. And then the app middlewares and not the server. Then it will do route validation. So it will create the routes. It will run the app middlewares. Then it will render the page and the components and output the HTML.
Let me check the docs. Nitro gives you a production-ready server with file system routing, code splitting, and built-in support for storage, caching, and database. Create server and API routes. Each file maps directly to the URL path, and Nitro handles the rest. Routing, code splitting. Okay. The thing that I kind of wanted to know is how fast it is, like compared to like Nitro versus, I don't know, like Hono or Elysia. Yeah, because it's probably powering Nuxt, right? Okay. Hono is significantly faster. Which is refactor friendly to use file-based routing. Is there any like benchmark? Okay, let's see. Let's try to read this vibe coded blog, but it looks nice. Well, I mean, my site is vibe coded anyways, so Hono runs on Cloudflare workers, blah, blah, blah. Hono for edge first, or multi-runtime API or portability is priority. For bun first application where you want the fastest TypeScript backend. Doesn't really show the performance comparison. Okay, it will. TypeScript, Zod, Hono. Okay. RPC type safe. Basic usage. This is Eden 3T. I've tried to use like Alicia before, and it's pretty nice. Here we go. Performance. Hono Express. Where's the Nitro then? There's no. The one I want to compare is the Nitro one. H3. Okay. It's not as fast, but it is faster than Fastify and Express. So I would say it's somewhat in the middle. Okay, what about the bundle size? It's large? Okay, not good then. I mean, that many requests is still a lot of stuff, you know. I think I mean, like, it still works, so I think it doesn't matter. We can deploy it on a lot of places as well, so it's also working. So let's check the examples. Plugin WebSocket. There is a WebSocket. Okay. Nitro config index. I like the documentation. It's nice. And yeah, it has like, okay, let's do database. The default database connection is preferred as SQLite and works out of the box for development mode and any Node.js compatible. Okay, but can you use other database? Definitely can, right? Use the dev database config to override. Okay, I don't know if putting, okay, we're gonna definitely put the env variable here. But for SQLite bun, Postgres. So there is a connector for Postgres. Lifecycle. Okay. Doesn't matter. Let's continue.
But we are still on the server. We are not on the browser. At this point, we cannot see a working application. And this is because the server will build and run a version of your application on the server first. And then it will provide the output to the client. This is why when we do a simple console log on a page, we get something on the terminal and the browser. So when it runs on the server, then it will go and run on the client. And a similar process happens on the client. It will start nuxt, it will execute the plugins, then do the routes, then the middlewares, then mount the app and set up the hydration. And as you can see, some of the steps are repeated between the server and the client. And that's just normal, but always remember this. It will run first on the server and then on the client. And this is very normal to any SR library. If you work with Next.js, it will do the same thing. If you work with Svelte, it will do the exact same thing. Right, so as you can see, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, especially with the server. So let's move on to the next section. Let's create a database because we will need it, a local database. And then we will start with the server directory. We will need to talk about fetching data, the API routes, and all the goodies that you get on the server side. For this application, I want to do it like you would do in real life, using a database to get, post, put, patch, and delete documents. I want to use JSON server. Much later on the practice application, we will use a real database. This is a local fake REST API. So look for JSON server, and this one will be the one. Now, if we go right here, we need to use a very specific version. If I keep scrolling down, it says right here, let me just show you, viewing beta v1 documentation. And it says usable, but expect breaking changes. So this is the beta version. They've been working on this one for a long time, and it seems like it's just never going to be ready. So I want to use the here version, which is the previous version. If you go there and scroll down, well, this is the version. And if you keep scrolling down, at some point, you will find the getting started. It's the version 0.17.4. We have the npm install. So I'm going to copy the npm install. If you're using something else, well, you have it right here. And notice it says -g, right? So it's a global type of thing. So I'm going to go here, just paste it on our server, on our terminal. I'm just going to press enter. Okay, so once this is installed, I'm going to do clear. So how this works, how JSON...
Why is it global? Why does it ask for like global?
server works is that you need to have a db.json or a database.json file, right? It needs to be a JSON file. Inside, you will have a JSON file with the database. I want an employees API location, a resource, and then...
Okay, wait, let me try where to... I don't like this type of tutorial because I know he says that, oh, you can just copy stuff. It's like, dude, it's not. Not everyone can do it. Please, come on. Let's have those names in your data set. Z. Lorne Michelle. My god, what is this name, bro? Okay, the name is actually... Okay, I don't know why this is a string. The other is a number. Oops. Thank you. Usher Davis, which I don't know why we have the same name.
And want to fetch the employees. Once we run JSON server, this will work as a fake API server. Since we installed JSON server globally on our computer, we can use it from the terminal and use this file to mount a fake API. So to do so, we need to do some, we need to trigger some commands, but just to go, I'm going to go to the package.json. We need to do something like, let me show you first on the terminal. We need to do something like JSON, then dash, and then server, right? So we are calling JSON server. Then minus, minus, and then watch. So we are telling JSON server which file to watch, which is the database. And it will be this db.json. So we need to say db and then .json. And then minus, minus, and then port. And we need to decide on which port we want to use it. I'm going to say 3004 just to say something. If I press enter, it will work. It will take this file, this db.json, and now you have a resource right here, and you can go to this location, and it works just like a real API. So I'm going to go there, and it is that we get an API response, employees and the list of employees. And this again works really great. You can put, patch, delete, whatever you want. I'm going to do / and then maybe get the user number 1, the employee number 1, and we get it. We get the number 1. So we can use this library for developing or testing purposes. This is not for production. Now the thing is that sometimes it's a little bit hard to remember this command. So I much prefer to go to the scripts and create a command to run this. So I'm going to create it right now.
Let's try to go through it. Localhost with other employees. Cool. Let's do /2. It's even able to like know the ID, so that's pretty cool. And there's logging. That is actually pretty cool.
I'm going to say JSON or JS serve, and this one will be
Let's do JS serve as well. Let's just follow the exact same thing.
equal to the command we just wrote. So I will copy this and then paste it inside. And instead of remembering this command, what we can do is just do clear and then npm run and then jserve. Make sure you save the package.
JSON serve watch JSON port 2004.
The JSON file, and when you run it, it will, run it. So now you don't need to remember. Now the thing is that the JSON server runs on a different port. It's like making a call to an API that lives on a different server. You always need to remember that. So on this terminal, we are running JSON server, but I just want to open a new terminal. And on this one, we will do npm and then run and then dev and just run our application. Okay, so our application now it's running on the 3000 and JSON server is on the 3004. If we need some API JSON data that we want to fetch, we will do it to the 3004 from our application. Always remember, to make this work, you need to have your project running, of course, and the other one, the terminal with JSON server. If not, of course, you cannot fetch anything. Okay, so now we can make HTTP requests to a location and get some JSON data. Let's move on to the next video and start with fetching.
Let's go. And then I think
okay, let's talk about fetching data. On home, I want to fetch the list of employees and then this play it right here. Now, Nuxt gives you 3 ways to do this. I'm going to go to the index.view, which is home, and then I will create a script, open and close, and then, this setup. So what you get, and I'm going to put it right here, you get the $sign or currency sign, then you have a different method called use, and then fetch. This is a composable, and then comma, and then you have the use, and then async, and then fetch. And they are all different. Now, you can still use a third-party library like Axios if you want to, but we are learning Nuxt, so I will use the official methods. First, let's start with fetch, with this one, right? So this one works just like a normal OG fetch. I'm going to go here and say that I want maybe a const data equals to, and then we await, and then we go to the fetch. And we just need the location. And if you don't remember the location, you do have it right here. You can copy from the resources. So I'm going to go here and say that I want to fetch data from there, from the employees database. As soon as I save this, this one will fetch the data, and I will do some console and then log. So console dot and then log, open and close. I want to output what we get inside the data. I'm going to go here, reload, and see if we get it. Notice that we get it on the server side, and then we get it on the client side. I want to output what we get inside the data.
Let's try to run it. Sorry, I forgot. We need to run both the terminal and this file, and then if we go here, check the inspect element. Suspend is experimental feature. Okay. I didn't really see that. Export default to your plugin. Oh wait, do I have a plugin here? I do not have a plugin. Why does it say that I have a plugin? That's not good. Can I not fetch the file here? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah. Log, open, close. I want to output log, so I save this.
Okay, cons data is it? Is it wrong?
This one will fetch the data, and I will do some console and then log. So console dot and then log, open and close. I want to output what we get inside the data. I'm gonna go here, reload, and see if we get it. Notice that we get it on the server side, and then we.
I did not have that. Okay, it says SSR success. I don't get the data though, so I don't know why.
We get it on the client side, and we get the the users, the employees. So yeah, this fetch works like the OG fetch we know. If I open here, go to the network and go to the fetch, we can see that we have the employees.
Really? Why am I fetching so much? Oh yeah, we have here. We don't actually have it. Okay. How?
These fetch right here. This fetch will return a promise, just like.
Is it the wrong path? No, it's await fetch. That is correct. Employees. Okay, I don't know what's wrong.
The normal fetch, but the most important thing that we need to know is that this fetch happens on the server. That's why we get the console log on the server, and also happens on the client. Then you have the other method, like the use fetch, and this one is a little bit different. So I'm going to comment this one out, and we will do the same, but with the use fetch. On this one, we will get different states. So let me do it right here. We will go to await, and then we use, and then fetch, open and close, and the location, it's the same. So I'm going to copy the location and then paste it right here. This one will return 3 different states. It will return the error state, then the pending state, and then comma, and then the data. I will copy the console log and then paste it right here. And I want to see the data that we get back from the use fetch. I'm going to save it, then go to the application, reload it, and then at some point we will get the response. And just that the response is a little bit different. We get an object with a lot of information inside. It's because this use fetch is a composable. It's not like the OG fetch that we know.
Did I forget to run the server or something? Yeah, I don't get it. There is no console logging in the index. Sorry. I was in the wrong page.
No. So the data that we want is going to be inside data and then value. Why? Well, because the states are reactive. They are really context aware. I'm going to save it and reload the application one more time, and now we get what we want. We get the server side console log, and then we get it on the client side. If I go to the network tab and just reload the application, there's the difference. We don't get the fetch right here. There is no fetch. And this is one of the main differences between the use fetch and the standard fetch. The use fetch is a composable and it's context aware, and it works great with reactive properties just like the ones we have right here. The use fetch understands nuxt and view. The other one, the fetch, it's let's say more like a dummy fetch. Also, when we use the fetch, this fetch, the $sign or currency sign fetch, is like making a network request on the server and then on the client. So when we see the console log, is the fetch doing this one, doing the fetch on the server and then on the client. So if you think about this, you're making the same request twice. The use fetch will handle this a little bit differently. It will make the request first on the server side. We get the console log right here. And then it will ship or forward the data to the client so we can use it on the component. And that's why we get the console log here as well. If you think about this, if you want to use it on a page, well, you want to use the use fetch because you're not making the same request twice, right? This is a little bit more friendly to what we want to do here. The other one, the currency fetch, it's really useful on some very specific cases. And we will create some examples in a couple of minutes because we really need it. So the use fetch returns the error, the pending, and the data. And this one again are states, and they work just like when we work with a promise. So we can take them, we can use them right here on our template. I'm gonna delete the console log, just remove it, and we will use it. So it will go right here, and instead of having maybe home, I will say employees. Right, so column, then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to create a new div, and we have the pending state. So we can maybe show a loader when we are fetching the data, and then show the content when it's done loading. So I will go here and say that we want a v-if, this one is equal to, and then we listen to the pending, and then we say, I don't know, loading, ... Then if we have an error, which is this state, the one we have right here, we want to maybe show the error. So I will go to div, I will do v-else, and then if, and then equals to, and then we will listen for the error. And the error, let me do it first. I'm going to say error. It's going to be inside the error object, dot, and then we can get the message from the error. And then, we have the data. Whenever we get the data, we just use it. So I will create a new div, and this one will be of actually v-else, and I will add some classes. I will do class. We go to row, and we are using Bootstrap, remember? So row calls, and then I'm going to do one. Let me just keep going, row, and I know this is a little bit boring, but it is what it is. So it's going to be as m2, and then rows dash, and then calls dash md, and then 3, and g, and then 3. All right, so then we want to show the employees. So I will do div open and close, and this one will loop the list of employees. So v4, it will be employee, so employee in, well, the source is going to be the data that we get back. And I'm going to go here, and we can do data, and we can avoid doing data.value, which is getting called data.
Yeah, I'm already too exhausted again. I thought I could, yeah, it's already quite late. I'm actually not going to finish the video. And I'm going to stop it right here because, yeah, it's been a while since the stream. I'll figure it out on how I can do it on a different platform, so to speak, because yeah, see you in the next one. Sorry, I lost the ability to yap because I've been gone for too long. But let's pick that back up. Let's pick that back. Pick that up. I don't know English. See you in the next one. Sorry, it's so abrupt. I'm just like, too lazy. See you in the next one.